Hello my good students, welcome to a brand new series of War on the Sea with your usual host, the Edified Gamer. Today we are starting a very special campaign, and that is a US total domination campaign, by which I mean we will take every single base on the map outside of Rabaul, because to my knowledge you can't take enemy home bases, so that's the only reason we're leaving Rabaul out in this. Everything else, literally everything else, will be taken by us before we get a victory screen, so we will not be upgrading Guadalcanal to a level 5 airfield until that is done. So having said that, this is going to be a long haul. This is going to be a long campaign. We're going to try going about this a little more strategically, put some more thought into it, upgrade some bases perhaps we wouldn't usually think about upgrading, just so we can do that. Also, another reason it's going to be a long haul to help us with that particular strategy is that someone in the comments has said you actually get a 3 times boost to your income from supplies and engineering and fuel when you destroy 100 enemy ships. I had no idea that was a thing, which is rather unfortunate because we were 10 ships off of that goal in our previous IGN series. If I'd have seen that, that would have been a game changer. I'd have loved to have had that, especially with the restrictions of the supplies you get as the IGM. So we're going to try for that as well, which means we'll be hitting every cargo ship and destroyer we possibly can, because all the numbers certainly will add up. One final point is that we are also working with not only the Tokyo Express mod, but we're working with the Operation Magazine mod as well. So we'll be seeing some more planes and ships in this playthrough that we have not seen in previous playthroughs, and that does mean a couple of loadouts and such are different as well, but we'll get to that when we get to it. We'll cross that bridge when we see it. So let's get to the strategic map and outline our strategy, shall we? So the main meat and bones of our formations on our fleets will be Task Force 3 here. I will rename that in just a second to something a little more suitable, but this is quite the hefty starting task force. We have 2 heavy cruisers, the Portland and the Pensacola. We have a fleet escort in the form of a Bogue, and we have 2 light cruisers in the form of an Atlanta and a Brooklyn. We also have 3 destroyers, a Benson, a Gleaves and a Marne. We have troops on all of the destroyers, and the light cruisers are carrying supplies. We are going to go straight over to Rennell Island with this. Let's get a course set right now. Going to wait just outside so that we can get there under cover of night. We also have Task Force 2 here, which is 3 C3s, 2 of them with supplies, 1 of them with some troops, and a Benham and another Gleaves here, I believe, or another Benham rather. Just hit with some more troops on those as well, and they are also going to go straight over to Rennell Island. That will be the objective for today, to land troops on them, hopefully take that. We are also putting in the long objective here of actually going to upgrade Port Moresby. We're not going to put any destroyers in this group just yet, because I just don't think there will be any submarines over here right now. I do think the IGN will take some time to actually deploy their units as well. I believe that's something that the AI has to abide by. So we are going to go backwards and forwards between the Cairns and Cookton over here to get our engineering as such. Before we do that, might be a good idea to actually put some cargo on our ships. So let's do that. Let's go over to get some engineering on the C3. And we're going to make a course over to Cookton to pick up some fuel as well, because we are going to upgrade it to a level 3 airfield to begin with, but we have no engineering or fuel there to do so. We don't quite have the command points at the start of the game to field a decent fleet over from the New Hebrides, as well as make a decent fleet over in Australia here either, for that to be a one-run thing. As a side note, we are also playing on the Tokyo Express mod, and we are playing with the Operation Magazine mod, so a few things have changed around from the base game, and we have some more units available. I think most noteworthy at the moment is that instead of Wildcats, our Bogue is armed with F6F Hellcats. What does this mean for us? Well, Hellcats have a greater endurance if we put them with nothing on there. They have a 14 100-kilometer endurance there, which is a massive step up. That's over double, I believe, what Wildcats have. And they can also equip a large array of weaponry on them, including Tiny Tims and HVR rockets. So we are certainly going to be testing that out at some point. So let's get this campaign rolling, and I will see you back in a second once we have hit the next daytime. Okay, so air operations are now available. We're going to get some scouts off to begin with, of course, from our heavy cruisers over here. We can launch some Kingfishers off. We're going to launch some, I think, towards Guadalcanal to begin with. Get one towards the gateway to Guadalcanal, as I like to call it. Let's go this particular way. We can put that on auto patrol so that keeps going off. Need to keep constant eyes in the skies there for sure. We're going to send, I think, one just over here because we are of course going this direction, but we're not going to go too far. We don't want to attract any attention or too much attention from the airfield at Guadalcanal just yet. We're going to send, I think, another one from the Pensacola out. Don't need to send all of them at once. Because we won't be contacting too much over here, but this is going to go a little further out, just over here, get some light scouting in this direction. We're going to launch some scouts in the form of some ducks off of, what was this one called? I keep forgetting. Santa Cruz Islands over here. And this is going to go, we've got 630 kilometers available, just like that. We're going to launch again off of here so that we do have some constant scouting. From my experience, the Japanese like to send a group of battleships and carriers out in this direction, so we are going to be looking out for that, definitely. We do need some early warning if that is going to be the case over here. Just send them out like that, so that will do for now, I think. We're also going to send, I think, some lightnings with some sat bombs in this direction, just scouting the open Solomon Sea here. We've got 837 there. Not going to do them on a returning patrol. We're going to send out some bow fighters with light bombs as well, just to scout out the open seas here to see what is going on there, like so. Excellent stuff. So let's carry on, see how that goes. I'm going to sit over here for now, just very quickly. How long is it going to take us to get to Renault Island? 12 hours for our CAs, and our supplies from here will take 13 hours. Just wondering exactly what sort of time we want to launch that attack, because I don't want to necessarily rely on our Hellcats just yet. We do have the option to go straight in, but I do also want to make sure we go under the cover of night so that our Hellcats can help us in the retreat out. So, if it's going to take us 12 hours to get there, we shall leave in just a couple hours, I think. That might be a good idea. Do have a contact over here with the lightnings, but we should be able to ignore that. Nope, we can't. Excellent stuff. Let's go straight in. This will be some Hayabusa's, I believe. See if we can find anything. What's the visibility like? 48%. We probably won't be seeing them for quite some time. If we don't see them very soon, I will just come out of this. I'm not necessarily going to hunt them down because I don't really want to lose these lightnings at the moment. I would like to use them to scout out the Solomon Sea. They should be more north over here, actually, the enemy Hayabusas. But I'm not too sure. With the poor visibility, they might, well, they're definitely just going to pop up point blank on us if they are here. But it's not looking like it, so my patience is wearing thin. So I am going to leave that, and I'm sure they will come to us in just a second. So let's carry on, shall we? Alrighty, so our bow fighters and lightnings are returning. We actually managed to escape and completely evade these planes coming in for us. They just didn't manage to catch up at all, so we have had any enemy contacts there. We did see some sorts of scouts actually over our Australian supplies over here, so we did send out some Kitty Hawks, but we couldn't find that to intercept it, so we might be looking at some sort of submarine hitting that later. Fingers crossed that'll be a no. So yeah, but it is now time to send our invading forces over to Renault Island over here. I'm actually only hoping to send the supplies from the Brooklyn and the Atlanta onto Renault Island. I've actually put the destroyers with troops loaded up so that we can take the neutral islands over here under cover of night. That will be quite the task though. So we may not be doing that just yet. We will have a think about that when we get closer to Renault Island. The reason for taking these is so we have some minor sight over here, so that we do get more command points at the turn of the week. Because at the moment, let's see, we are guessing 59, which is just not enough in my book. Not enough at all, passively. So let's carry on and see what we have to deal with. No scouting reports over here just yet. And yeah, we can see that there are planes flying about over here. Not a problem. They're going to return to base. They were launched all the way from the Cape Hoskins by the looks of it. And our duck has found, ooh, a carrier group. Okay, let's go straight into that and see what we have. Oh, that's a big old task force. That's a Shokaku. Jesus. I bloody hope that's not a Shokaku. It's not. It's a Hiyo. Which is not a lot better, really, if we're on the receiving end, if I'm honest. Speaking of which, with the Operation Magazine mod, they can now get access to the Shimakaze. That'll be a later design, but they can have access to it, as well as the I-400, so it could be nasty. And they do get a lot more carriers. Let's see, they get the Akagi, the Kaga, Soryu, Hiryu, Unryu, Taiyo as a later design, which is disgusting, but we are looking at Hiyo at the moment. And what exactly can that carry? That can carry a nasty arsenal of 15 zeros and 18 attack craft of each class. So this is now a high priority target. It's being escorted by a Takao and a foot attacker, as well as 2 light cruisers. This is an Akizuki. This is a Hatsuharu, interesting, and this is another Hatsuharu. So it's quite an interesting formation here, actually. Very, very interesting indeed. We're going to pin that very quickly by pressing P on the map there. So what is the distance to the New Hebrides? 1,000 kilometers, give or take. Let's have a look. If we give some Havars to Lightnings, like that, they can go out and we can keep the ducks scouting once they refuel, because they will have to go back very soon. Maybe we can send out some B-17s as well, or maybe just some Havocs to have a look at that, so long as we do keep sight on that in the future. We'll send out some attack planes anyway. But yeah, we will have to send out the ducks once again a little more actively, I think. Might even have to send out a Kingfisher. Let's see if we can do that now. We could of course use our Hellcats, but once again I'm using this defensively rather than offensively at the moment. If I wanted to use aircraft offensively at the moment, I would have got out perhaps a Wasp. We can just about reach this. So we're actually going to scout around to where we think it will be. So let's carry on. Alrighty, so we have come into contact with that Hiyo group with our Lightnings. I was a little slow on getting the B-17s out, but we did have to wait some time for the airfield to process the flight. So they are lagging behind a hell of a lot. I think we're just going to take this opportunity as it comes. So we are going to get a little closer, but I am expecting them to send Zeros out to engage us before we actually get into contact there. So we're going to get a little closer on the strategic map and come straight in. Well, it doesn't seem like it's done us a hell of a lot of great stuff there. We are going to get closer, but I'm expecting, like I say, some Zeros to come in. So we're just going to turn off fire at will to begin with, so we don't get distracted. And we are going to go down to a better attacking altitude for our rockets. We are going to go straight for that Hiyo, I think, to just encourage it to leave the field. I'm not expecting to sink this, but I am expecting to do some damage to encourage them to retreat, like I say, which would be brilliant stuff. So let's carry on down. But there are likely to be Zeros in the area here. Yep. Ooh, what's this? That's a single dive bomber. Interesting. That's not going to have the range to hit our main fleet, but I tell you what, haven't seen any zeros just yet, so let's target the Heo and actually come from the front, I think, with this group, like so. And this group can split up a little bit and come round the flank there, like that. And this group can go straight through, I think, just go straight through. See what we can do about that. Might want to lower our altitude, but that's okay. We can sort this out when we press attack. We're going to slow down a bit here. Let's the other lightnings get into position. Actually, no, we're not. We're just going to tell this lot to go straight in and attack now. And this lot, they can do the same as well. Tell everyone to attack. Just get in there. Just get in there and do your business and leave. Do the dirty on them. No questions asked. I'm expecting to lose a lot of lightnings though, because this is going to be a lot of flak, and of course if any zeros turn up, like I say, but we're very lucky at the moment, no zeros here. Very, very lucky indeed. And are we going to get this drop off without losing a lightning first? No, we're not. Just as I say that, we curse it. Let's hope for some decent hits there. That is some decent hits. That is some decent hits already. Oh, and a crash! That, I know, it sounds horrible, but that's going to help. That's actually going to help us out a bit. The Heo's armour, by the way, not the best. Absolutely not the best. So let's try and find it. Hosho, where's Heo gone? There's some more decent hits. Yes, so it's about 50 to 20 millimeters on the belt and deck combined. And that is very, very nice, those fires. Look at all of that. Look at all of that. Did lose a fair few lightnings, absolutely. And there are the zeros. There are the zeros. Okay, cool. Let's form everyone up then. Do mean everyone. To a Vic, form up. And we might want to actually take this fight to the zeros. We're just going to turn around and form up very quickly. Let's take a report on the Heo. Moderate damage, absolutely fine. Very much acceptable. See how those fires develop. The wind speed is 10 knots. It's not huge, to be honest. Fires might not spread too heavily, but that might put the flight deck out of commission if we're lucky. And yeah, we'll send it back to ports very early, whether it's sunk or not. How many zeros do we have? We do only have a couple on site at the moment, but it is growing very steadily. So let's send some attack orders out, shall we? Individually, thank you very much. We're going to get 2 on 1 if we can, like so, like that. Excellent stuff. Turn round, easy. Where's number 12? Just over here. Let's go over that as well. We might, if we get contact with us again, go over the vow. But it shouldn't make too much of a difference at the moment, really. Do want to get rid of some zeros as we can. If we can pick them off piecemeal, that is absolutely brilliant. Yeah, there's the vow again. Don't know where they're going. Are they climbing? That's the question. No, okay, AI pilots like to climb to the sun sometimes when they think they can't take a fight. Should be okay here. We're going to get some shots. Nope. There's a lightning downed. Great. Yeah, and there's so many more zeros, so we are going to retreat out of this in just a second, I think. But I do want to wait for this fire to develop a little on the Heo. I'd have loved to have had some bombs on these lightnings, but it just wouldn't have had the fuel to get over here, unfortunately. Would not have had the endurance. Let's take a report. Still moderate and moderate. I might just leave it there. Might just leave it there, actually. Certainly can't expect to get all of this down, but using the dogfight, like I say, to let the fires develop a bit. It's a very, very interesting attack here. Was not expecting to see a carrier just yet, not fully. But you know what? We've got to hit them when we can. Got to absolutely go for them when you can. Let's change their orders without asking. Lovely stuff. Love that bug. So we're shooting down more than I was expecting. A little more than I was expecting there. Do keep changing orders without asking, which is rather frustrating. But if we can shoot down some zeros now, that will mean that they won't be about when our bombers come in, our B-17s. And the B-17s do have a respectable defensive power, actually. Did have a private playthrough in practice where our B-17s were tailed by, I think, 5 or so lightnings, and shot down all zeros, and they shot down all of the zeros, which was brilliant. Look at that! This lightning is an ace pilot. Give this man a medal. Look at that! Look at that! Just gonna tell him to. No, do you want to start firing? Yep, there we go. Oh my God! Look at this guy! Look at this guy! We've turned this fight around. 9-9 losses. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Oh, I wish we had some more payload to hit this here with, though. Look at it. Now that it's away from the main group as well. Yeah, 2 lightnings left. You know what? We're going to take this to the end, the bitter end. Let's turn this lightning round and get it on this 0. This one is, yeah, that's good. Although this might be going down. No, the 0's turning. Okay, can we change the speed of this lightning? Want to get on the tail of this 0 really, but he's refusing to turn, isn't he? Just refusing to turn. Okay, so we did retreat out of that in the end, simply because it was just going on for so long and no one was making any aggressive manoeuvres there to get on each other's planes. We do somehow sight what could be a submarine over here, so I have sent some bow fighters to look at that. That would be the next point of contention there. So let's do that very quickly. Just going over here, if I just move our cursor down a tad, hopefully we'll be able to spot that. And we have indeed managed to spot it, so let's go straight in, lower our altitude, get over there right now and bomb the hell out of this. What sort of submarine is it? Probably just a Type A or B. Okay, not a problem. Let's get everyone on that. Thank you very much. Do not want this anywhere near our supply convoy. Very lucky to spot this, actually. No idea how, but we did, so I'll take it. Very, very much take it. I'm hoping it doesn't submerge before we get there. Looks like it's trying. It's definitely trying, but we can't speed up now at the moment. Should have sped up before we pressed attack, really. Should be able to get our bombs off first, though. Nope, there we go. Should have definitely pressed speed up before that happened. Yeah, we hit the general area, but no damage, I believe. We got minor, but it's not enough to send it home at all. So let's carry on. We're very, very close to getting to Renault Island now, with only a few hours left of potential airtime. So let's carry on. Okay, so it is now the end of the day. There should be no enemy flights in the sky. We're very, very close to Renault Island, and we have reached Port Moresby. So we're going to unload all of our cargo here, and that will just give us a little bit towards the progress there. This is going to take a few runs for supplies and engineering, but that's absolutely fine. We're going to go back to Cookton now and sort that out. So we're also going to land on Renault Island as well. So let's do that very quickly. Come on, we're going to land, we're going to wait for these cargo ships to come up first. Land everything on there, like so. How does that, oh, that's very nice actually. We might not need to send anything else on there. I did want to go all the way up to here, didn't I? I really did. I really wanted to send my destroyers up there. What I might do is send the carrier group over here so that we can wait around until close to night time, and that would be out of the range of Guadalcanal and its surrounding airfields, and then we can send the destroyers alone to lightning strike these bases at night. That sounds to me like a good idea. Having said that then, We will unload the supplies from the light cruisers, just because we don't need those on those particular bases. And we'll go. It's going to take ages to get there, though. That's the problem. It's okay. That's time we have. I am just a little bit worried then about how we're going to retreat from here, but we do have, of course, the Hellcats to help us out with that. So, I think that is a very nice start to the series. I think that'll do for today, folks. Thank you very much for watching. Had a few engagements here. It's been a decent start. I think very, very nice indeed. We've got an engagement in, and we've got some supplies and such, an invasion going on Rennell Island. So once again, thank you very much for watching. Hope to see you in the future. I've been the Edified Gamer, and I hope your nights and days are auspicious. Goodbye.